And very excited to be hanging out with one of our guys, the big fellas on the offensive line, Thayer Munford. And Thayer, I got to ask, I got to start here. Does Zamir White still owe you and the big boys a Christmas present?
Of course.
Of course. We still waiting? I guess it's only been a couple
days. I'm
of
still waiting
days.
for my size 16 shoe, but you know, when it gets here, it gets here. But
that's right.
I'm not really rushing about.
And it is it's the thought that counts, as they say.
Sure.
Just sticking on Zamir for a second, man. I mean, obviously a guy who had played out of his mind on Monday morning or Monday afternoon in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. When you've kind of seen Zamir wait his turn, have to stay ready mentally, ready to go, like, what does it mean for you guys to see him go out there and ball out the way that he did?
To be honest, me and him in the same draft class, and seeing him progressively like get better over like the weeks is tremendous to look at, because we have Josh, of course, and that's my guy, but also Z's like good as well, and just seeing him grow from our rookie year to now is like night and day difference.
For a guy like you along the offensive line, and obviously you guys work so closely with really everyone on the team, but those running backs in particular, when you look at Zamir, like, where do you think you've seen the biggest growth from him?
Personally, I see a lot more growth mentally from him, because our rookie year is not like our ideal year, just play and start and all this all the stuff that we have to do, that we want to do. But he kept his head down, kept grinding, kept doing the stuff that he's supposed to be doing for the team, and on special teams and everywhere else. I give him all the props in the world just to stay focused on everything that he's doing as a man.
I think one part of Monday that was really cool for me was you see Josh tweeting out after the game, just giving Zamir his love. We hear AP in that post-game locker room in the speech that he gave you guys, shouting out Zamir, giving him his love. Like, I imagine for a guy that we've come to know a little bit, kind of soft-spoken dude, like a guy that doesn't love being in the spotlight, that had to be pretty cool for him to kind of get that recognition from his peers and his head coach.
Oh, it means a lot to him, because, everybody didn't really know who he was or how he was going to play, but everybody in the building knew like how he was. Like, he's a dog. He's everything that you want in a player, and that's my guy, and we'll do anything for him.
Obviously, going back to the O-line now, you guys, I think AP kind of, said it perfectly, where he talked, someone asked him about how well the rushing has been going, how well you guys have been able to dominate on the ground. He goes, yes, and we're really proud of that. But he goes, let's also kind of put in perspective all the moving pieces that we've had, right? Yeah. You have a second-year running back. You have a rookie quarterback. You've had so many changes on the offensive line, yourself included, right? Like, what does it mean for the entire collective that you guys have been playing so well, but then you zoom out and there's all these kind of crazy things going on in terms of the personnel?
We take it day by day, because everybody knows like NFL stands for line for long for us, but we love each other and we love the things that we do for each other for the team. And with me going from right tackle, playing right tackle for a little bit, and going to left for a couple games, and Zamir coming in for Josh, and Aiden doing his thing, and everybody else doing their own thing on the offense, it just helps out a lot. Build that chemistry that we always have.
I'm glad you brought up the fact that you're going from right to left. Like, what is the biggest challenge for someone who isn't as deep in the NFL in a locker room like you are? Like, what's the biggest challenge from switching from right tackle to left tackle?
With me, it's the complete opposite. I was mostly left tackle for, since my freshman year of high school, and like last year was my first year actually playing right tackle. Mm-hmm. So for me, from going to left tackle to right tackle is a lot more different, but for me going from right tackle to left, it's really not that much a difference. It's just getting back used to like how my hips are and how my stance is and how my sets are on the left side. So it's really not that big a difference.
I want to ask you too about one of my favorite moments from the game on Monday, and there were a lot, was unfortunately we see Jermaine go down for those handful of plays, and here comes Big Colton, right, like the sheriff riding in on the horse, right, like a cowboy. Here he comes. What was that kind of take me through that? I imagine pretty wild couple minutes where okay, Jermaine's down, here comes Colton. Like, what goes into that logistically, just to be able to go run the play the next time out?
To be honest, it was more of like, all right, who's going to be the emergency like backup tackle, and we had, going the week, kind of knew who was going to be the backup tackle for a little bit. Cohen is going through a lot, and trying to get back, and for me as a young guy looking up to him, I respect him a lot, and I got all types of love for him to do that. And seeing him come back on the field after Jermaine went down, and I was like, all right, like, Cohen's coming in, I'm going back out to right. I was like, all right, it's time to go. It don't matter who who was at right, who was at left. Like, we got to win this game just to beat the Chiefs, you know, because we was tired of getting beat by the Chiefs, especially at our place this year. And we was like, you know, F it, let's go. Like, we got to win this somehow.
I think that, we talked about the context of this win a lot, right? You brought up the fact that we haven't beat the Chiefs in a minute, certainly haven't beat them for a while in Arrowhead. When you kind of zoom out from this year, and look, probably a question better asked next year maybe, but like, what do you think, what did it mean for the group to be able to kind of check that box, you know what I mean? Beat the Chiefs, do it on the road, do it on a national stage with everyone watching on Christmas Day.
It meant a lot, you know, because we worked so hard throughout this whole season. We went through so much adversity as a team collectively, and we just seeing how we grew from, November 1st to now. It's night and day difference. And everybody, I know people have been saying this before, but everybody's themselves. Like, nobody's really working on eggshells. Everybody's been themselves. Everybody's happy. Everybody's enjoying the love for the game. Win or loss, we still love the game. And that's the biggest part for us. Like, we just love the game even more now.
Antonio was asked after the game about, being able to run the ball the way that you guys did so effectively. And he goes, hey, there's nothing better. Everyone in that stadium knew that we were going to run the ball. The Chiefs knew it. We knew it. Their fan base knew it. And we were still able to do it. We were still able to be effective on the ground. What does that feel like for you guys up front? Like what Antonio was saying, everyone in that stadium knew what the plan was, right? It became pretty evident pretty quickly what the plan was. And you guys were still able to do your thing. That probably feels pretty good.
It feels great. But, for us as offensive line, we still have that dog mentality. Like, all right, like, we can pass the ball pretty well, but also at the same time, we need to run the ball. And we took it on our shoulders just to run the ball. And we told them, like, after the one drive that we had our second stop on the 50, we was like, yeah, we got to run the ball just to make sure, like, they still respect us on the ground. And, we showed up and we showed out with the running game.
Looking ahead now to Indianapolis, and you and I were talking on the way up, playing meaningful football at the start of the new year, which is really, so many teams wish they were in that position, right? Yeah. Playing football that means something when the calendar turns to the new year. You've probably played in that Colts Stadium a handful of times, right? Have you not?
About like 4 times.
4 times? Mostly positive memories as a member of the Ohio State?
Very positive.
Yeah.
4 times won the Big Ten championship in that stadium. For me, it's going to be like a homecoming for me because it's right near Ohio. It's just it's the next state over. So I got a lot of people coming over for that game. It just feels like home for me.
How many Thayer Munford tickets we getting for Sunday?
To be honest, I don't even know.
Too many.
Way too freaking many.
Last one before I let you go, Thayer, man. I appreciate you hanging out with us. How long? So I've been in that Kansas City locker room a handful of times. That thing is not big.
No.
That is we can call it a glorified high school locker room. How long did it take to get the smell of cigar off of your clothes, your shoes? Because that it lingers in there.
Hey, don't matter. We still won. It's still on my clothes from the other day. So I hope it's still there from the other day as well in that locker room. But we happy about it. We're going to keep that tradition going, smoking cigars after a win.
Yeah.
It really don't matter who we beat.
Yeah, 100% right. And I think that's been so much fun for us is to see you guys having fun again. It's been a blast to watch. Best of luck this Sunday. We were talking about it. Still so much to play for in 2023. Yeah. Best of luck, my friend. Continued success, and we'll talk to you soon, all right?
I appreciate it. Thank you.